Hello everyone, good morning. Good morning guys, can everybody hear me loud and clear? Let me know in the chat if you can. Give me a 5 by 5. Thank you guys. So let's take a look over higher time frame. On higher time frame, on daily chart, we have so much liquidity up here and nothing really happening other than we getting support from this week. So if you measure this week, consequent encroachment is coming down here. 4-hour chart, nothing much. We got two bearish order blocks here, and it will become a breaker mitigation block if we are going above it. But I think we will probably do a stop hunt and then continue the trend lower. We'll see. We have a news. So today is not so high probability day. We got news at 8:15, then 9:45, 10, and then at 12. Like all major newses are coming today. Then tomorrow, the day before NFP, we got news at 8:30. Our high probability macros today will be 820, 850, and we'll probably be avoiding 920 macro. If the setup is obvious, then we'll think about it. Otherwise, you got news at 10, so when we have news at 10, we avoid trading at 920 macro. Let's take a look at hourly chart. Fair value gap yesterday we outlined it. Price got support from it, and price reversed at 1050, 1059 I believe. Order block, last down close candle, price got support from it. This is the consequent encroachment of daily candles week as well. We have a fair value gap here. On 50-minute chart, it's very much visible. 50-minute chart, fair value gap. CB at discount, relative equal highs, and we are getting rejected from the fair value gap with the SMT. So now I'm dropping down to 1 minute, and we have a SMT up here. $8.15, the news dropped. We got our high probability fair value gap at key level. We got two bullish fair value gaps down here with order block on 3 minutes. If you go and look at 5-minute chart, that's a fair value gap with order block. So for us to go lower, this fair value gap will have to fail. So we'll wait until price gets inside 920 macro, 820 macro. Got a breaker here, but if you look at higher time frame again, order block with fair value gap, high probability for continuation. So I think we'll continue the trend higher, and if this fair value gap is failing and turning into inversion, we'll probably go higher. So price respecting this fair value gap with order block, a breaker. The classic, we do not trade news like this, ADP non-farm employment change. Also this one, we avoid trading these newses. We're getting inside our macro, this fair value gap most likely will turn into a inversion. If it's turning into inversion, then we got buy side liquidity up at this point. Turning into inversion again, it's at a key level, so higher time frame confirming the bullish scenario. If this fair value gap is turning into inversion, we will wait for this candle to close. Okay, it's not happening. Price still respecting it as a CB. Today, that's why I'm looking for a trade here at 820 and 850 is high probability today. Okay, so we're gonna continue going lower. This will be most likely the DOL. The fair value gap is failing, and so the SMT formed at a key level, premium, fair value gap from higher time frame, and the rejection did work. We got these order blocks now. Price should respect these order blocks and continue going lower. So it looks something like this. Stop loss up here, and the 2-hour target is just coming down here. Let's see how this one works. Now this most likely will work as a breakaway gap. Let's see. I'm waiting for that 5-minute fair value gap to turn into inversion. This one. You see, we still don't have a candle body closure, but we got a fair value gap. I think I missed this setup. It was quite nice though. It was quite nice and very good rejection. Anyone took this setup? So the stop loss will be trailed now. I missed this one. It was good. I was waiting for a little bit more confirmation, so that's why. So the stop loss will be just above the fair value gap now. Let's see how this one works. It's so near to the sell side liquidity. This is where I would have took a partial, and that's a 2.5 hour delivery, 2.5 hour trade. So very simple logic. And boom, see that? I missed a good setup. And that's a 90 ticks delivery. I'm glad that some of you took it. Very nice though, very algorithmic delivery. So the order block worked with the fair value gap, and we had a SMT up here. So I think our morning will go well today. We started our morning with a winning trade. So very nice, and everything happened inside our 820 to 840 macro. Now I didn't execute it here. It's totally on me. I outlined the trade before it even showed at this candle, but this is where I saw it coming at this candle when it was getting support rejected from the order block. So this is the psychology part of trading. Make sense? What are you asking, Alex? Is there more potential sell side liquidity, or what is the higher time frame bias? I do not trade with any higher time frame bias, Alex. So the way I trade, I wait for price to reach for a higher time frame PDA. If I'm looking for short, then premium, and that's a premium PDA. Do I predict price rejecting from here? No. I wait for price to show me the signal, its hand, by generating SMT, by turning fair value gaps into inversion, and it did that here. So the market structure shift confirmed by a inversion, higher time frame PDA, price rejecting from higher time frame PDA, and then the setup appeared, breaker, fair value gap. Now this was outside macro, this was inside macro. I outlined the trade, some of you took it, and that's a 100 ticks delivery down here. So if I put some good lipstick, okay, we have time until we reach for 850 macro, and again I take only one trade inside one macro, so we're basically done with this one. So higher time frame premium, so there goes your higher time frame confirming the trade idea. Then the second one is lower time frame formation with SMT. There goes your, here comes the breaker. So the buy side liquidity, and then we got fair value gap turning into inversion. Time, the third one is time confirming reversal. Confirmation, and four is gonna be entry with a good stop loss management. So see how beautiful it looks. And the trade was from here. So there goes your journal. I know you don't want to do it, but it's very important that you do it. Otherwise, how will you be able to trust this setup? I'm taking a screenshot. I'm going to share it on group. So there goes our first trade idea. Some of you missed it, some of you took it, I missed it. And I believe, again, I don't get FOMO because I have a skill that will keep repeating and serve me over time. I rarely trade order block, but when it's there, it's there, and if it's clean, then why not? Now, if price was inside macro, I would have push pattern with this breaker. The reason that I saw a trade with order block because the setup came outside macro and I'm not executing. And if I'm correct, understanding my DOL, which was towards sell side, any other PD area will work. That means if you know where price is going and entering from a turtle soup, it will work. Entering from an inversion, it will work. Entering from a breaker, it will work. Entering from an order block, it will work. So the main strategy in trading is to understand where price is going, DOL, and if you know that, if you can potentially guess it, then entry model is very easy, like this. Again, another thing that you guys always hear me saying, if you know where price is going, you will never miss the trade. The trade will always be there. Just like here, inversion, see the inversion here, it's at a key level. Talking to the mentorship student, it turned into price closed the candle body below right here, then the retest of the inversion, but it happened outside macro, but the trade was here. Sometimes it happens, often it happens inside macro. That's when we take trade. So you missed entry here. Are you getting FOMO? No. Breaker outside macro. Are you getting FOMO? No. Order block with fair value gap inside macro. This is where you execute. So far 100 ticks for today. And we'll wait now. I'll take you guys on higher time frame. Remember what I taught you guys inside mentorship. Order block with fair value gap, it's high probability for support. When that order block fails with a fair value gap, it becomes high probability for what? Resistance. The fair value gap that is inside the order block now will work as a high probability inversion. So these are some information that you don't get to see outside our group, but these are very, very, very much informative and useful, and they work on real time. So if price is returning back up at this point, we'll be looking for the same scenario again, expecting rejection. And now it's aligning with the breaker here. We got a breaker. So also the theory of macro, you will also have to understand it. 820 works as a reversal macro. That's what I've taught you guys last year inside 3-day workshop. There's another workshop that's gonna be dropping, and that will help you guys to decide bias by using macros on higher time frame. I'll give you guys 2 macros. One will work as a trend continuation, other will work as a reversal every single day. If I put it into a ratio 90% of the time, this is how it works, and that's how I was able to maintain a 70, 75%, 80% win rate over a month, by understanding what higher time frame can potentially do. Again, that will give you a good idea where the DOL is. So if you know where price is going on higher time frame, it's going to be very easy for you to execute on lower time frame with confidence. Another fair value gap here. 820 worked as a reversal. 850 most likely will work as a trend continuation. After workshop, I want to join mentorship, then where to contact you? I'm soon gonna open the mentorship on Hoop, so that way you will be able to join. I'll probably do it today, so just give me some time, guys. Could you show me the SMT? Yes, it's very apparent. is it? See the buy side liquidity up here. Relative equal highs on Nasdaq, right, Alex? Now you put your pointer. See, we made a higher high, and a lower high with no stop hunt. Does it looks like a SMT? Yes, so that's a high probability SMT. What was the win rate of yours in February to Jan? The low that I go is 60%, and that's how it was since last year. It works like 62, 65, 70, 75, 80. Like my best months are 80, and it didn't happen this year, unfortunately, yet. Again, I'm happy with the 70% win rate. Even 60% win rate, that's awesome. Like I will be able to make 5 to 6% returns. It's not bad. But the thing is accepting the 40% of losing trades that will come with time, and that's where the psychology gets in. Existing mentorship students eligible for upcoming mentorship. It's not mentorship, it's a 3-day workshop. Krishna, I think you did that. You did the previous 3-day workshop, remember? We did we live streamed 3 days, we shared 3 models, so it's gonna be like this. Not a mentorship, but a workshop. So coming back up again, look at the time. First time we'll have to match, it's not matching. See how we are rejecting from this fair value gap here. Again, we'll wait. Yeah, so I will continue stream until 11, Alex. what are the macro times? 820, 840, 920, etc. The macros are 820 to 840. 840 alone is not a macro, it's coming with 820 and 840. Then 850 to 910, 920 to 940, 950 to 1010, 1020 to 1040, 1050 to 1110. So 20, 40, 50, 10 on every hour. And every macro has its own narrative. Like some macros are continuation, some macros are reversal. I also taught how to know if it's going to be a reversal, if it's going to be a trend continuation, with a great deal of potentiality, and that's what we have been doing. Now the live streams are live example of what I teach. Proving every day that it's very simple to trade. You won't have to do a PhD to make good money with trading. All you have to do, know a couple of stuff, match time and price, and you're good to go. Live streams are to see how I trade, how I use my models, how you can utilize my models real time. That's what you learn here. Also the psychology part, when I'm taking a loss, how I'm behaving, when I'm missing a trade, how I'm behaving, and all that good stuff, which you won't see in hindsight trading. Can I sign up for 3-day workshop with you? Yes, it's, if you want to do the old one, it's available on Hoop. If you want to do the new one, it's not ready yet. So once it's ready, I'll let you guys know. Have I missed a trade? Yes, Alex, you missed a trade from 820 to 840 with this order block. Only like 30 years of life. And the new one will have different concept. The old one has its own concept. Like the old one is the basic of what I do. 3 models. No, they're not live yet. They will be live very soon. Okay, those who are asking, it's not live yet. I'll let you guys know when I'm doing it. The booking will start just like we did last time, and the booking will last for a week, and then we'll complete it in 3 days. News at 10 or so 9:30, low probability. Yes, PMI is tradable, guys, but you know, today we got this guy up here. So when we don't have him at 12 and we have PMI at 10, PMI that time is tradable, and I saw a very good runs at 10 o'clock. So suppose he was not here, I would have looked for a trade inside 920, but he being here is what makes everything low probability, you know. But so far we are seeing good price action. Look how good it is. Very nice rejection from the fair value cap as well. So if we continue to deliver like this, we'll have another winning trade. No, it's not gonna be included in mentorship, Nico. So we got a breaker now up here. See that we got a swing high, stop hunt, down close candle. That's a breaker. This is where you look for SMTs. Damn, price action is so nice today. Look at the fair value gap here. Coming with breaker, price close the candle spot below. Retest of the breaker, retest of the fair value gap. Let's see, we are 2 minutes away from getting inside the 850 macro. Looking so nice down here, and with a stop loss just up here and another to our target. Now it looks good to me, folks. I'm gonna take this setup. I'm entering here my live account, and I'm gonna hold it a little bit longer for 2.5 hours so that I get it to R completely. 850 to 910. I'll take half of my position off at this 30% of my position off at this point. Stop loss is gonna be something like this. These down close candles should work as a resistance. My entry was at this candle, this one. So basically at this is where I executed with a stop loss up here. And I'm closing it at this point, 2.5 hour down here. So let me take two contract off. Stop loss coming at break even for me at this candle, so I'm out. So I only got a partial here and a break even. The execution looks very bad. Got a chance here to enter, executed here, took 30% off. As soon as I put my stop loss at break even, it just hit. So I think we'll have another trade idea if things are looking good. 15-minute towards buy side, let's see. I'm trading 850 macro. Need a stop hunt up here. We had news at 850. I think no, right? Okay, we didn't have any news. Would I long on that 1 minute inversion? Yes, I will, but I just want to wait a little bit more for price to go above this fair value gap and confirm the order flow. So if it's not doing that, then apparently it's gonna deliver to our sell side. We got a BC, sorry, that's a CB, expecting it to turn into inversion. 850 to 910. If it's turning into inversion, guys, then we'll have basically a breaker up here, and price has equal highs up here, right? So all we are looking for is price to close a candles body above, and the stop loss will be coming just right below. The target will be a 2-hour delivery. Let's see how this one goes. I'm still waiting. Now this candle, see the aggressive rejection, and remember the logic, 850 works as a accumulation macro for 930 delivery. So what price can do is like go up, generate equal highs, and still go lower and basically do nothing. So I just want to confirm that we did shifted the trend. Now in our high probability inversion, price don't behave like this. I'm gonna avoid this one because look how price is behaving, and this, once price activates an inversion like this, it should not come below and go below the inversion. It did here, and it's looking like price will leave these equal highs for 930. So again, it was a low probability entry. Last line of defense coming here with this order block, this bullish order block. Now if price is coming up and going above these bullish down close candles, I will execute. But for me to execute, price will have to come up, close a candles body above these up close down close candles, and that way these will become a bullish order block. So I'll be able to put my stop loss below this and then target higher price action with a very tight stop loss. See a pennant here. Seems like we are doing a pennant. We'll have equal lows down here as well. The setup will be something like this, with the stop loss just below the order blocks. But I don't like the formation, guys. See it? Do you guys see it? It's looking more like a pennant. So in a pennant, retail will expect a breakout and a continuation where the breakout is happening, and that turns out most of the time a false breakout. It's not like it doesn't work, but most of the time it works as a false breakout. So suppose price is going higher, then it will reverse again. We'll tape read this setup, this one. No, I'm not taking it. You can demo trade it if you want. The target remains same up here, and this will be the stop loss is coming just below these down close candles. They are order blocks now, and the target will be 100 ticks. No, I'm tape reading this setup, and I'm telling you guys to tape read. You can demo trade it. Now this is where take an entry. I explained to you why am I avoiding this setup, because of the apparent pennant. I don't trade pennant the way it forms, that's why. But otherwise that's a signal though with the order block. And I explained to you guys that if price is coming up again, closing a candle body, that would be an entry with a target of 2.5 hours. There's no FOMO, folks. Okay, if I have a trade, if a price wanna give it to me, it will give it to me in a very clean way. All I have to do is being patient. And I'm avoiding it for certain reasons. The breakout most of the time turns out to be a false breakout. Whenever you see a pennant, you should remember the retail theory, how it works. The way it works, retails are going to be expecting a breakout suppose towards buy side or sell side, the breakout is happening towards buy side, then they will expect a continuation of the move that happened here, the similar move. So this move up here was a delivery of 75 ticks. So the breakout, once it happens here, they will expect the same delivery of 75 ticks. Makes sense? So this is what their theory says. And now most of them, the way I learned it, to target 2 times of what this delivery was, 75. So something like this is what they're going to be doing. And what the algorithm does, it will give a false signal towards buy side, and then it will reverse again back to their stops, which is apparently coming below the swing lows here. Makes sense? So that's why. But does it work? Yes, that's why they believe in it. Does it fail most of the time? Yes, that's why I avoid it. When I see scenarios like this, I tape read, I demo trade it, and you guys can do the same. Why they logged me out? The stop loss, if you are in this trade, it will be trailed now, putting just below this down close candle. Again, the stop is very tight compared to what you are getting here, 3R. And then look at the delivery now. It's not clean as we saw inside 820 macro. This macro 850 to 910 most of the time works as a accumulation macro for 930 delivery. So this is something that you will have to remember. Only time that is high probability when we have news at 8:30. So we had news today at 8:15. That's why we had a good setup, good run at 8:20. 8:15 news makes 8:20 macro high probability. 8:30 news makes 8:50 macro high probability. When there's no news at 8:30, 8:50 macro becomes low probability. Makes sense? Now your stop loss will be coming at break even. If you are in this trade or you are tape reading, demo trading, your stop will be just below these down close candles here. The reason being, we already did a back and forth delivery inside this inversion. Bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. So this area right now is a balanced price range. That means what? Price already mitigated the orders here. If it's coming back down to this level, again, it's making the bullish delivery low probability, and it's most likely will change the trend and continue to deliver sell side. There's another thing. What price is doing here? Do you see that? It's building trend line liquidity. And we have 9:30 opening incoming. At 9:30 we get to see hundreds, 200 ticks getting delivered in just 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And where do they take price at 9:30? Towards the retail stop. These are the retail stop now. Again, I think we will have a bearish delivery at 9:30. Retail stop by following trend line, retail stop by following pennant, and also some ICT trader stop. Right? Because we got a breaker up here, so the pattern traders are going to be putting their stops down here as well. Also the breakout traders. Breaker is a retail theory. It's not something that ICT introduced. First, they gave more details to it. What about 5-minute breaker? Yes, that will. This is again high probability up here. the 5-minute breaker coming at this point. We did a stop hunt as well inside the fair value gap. So our turtle soup profile 2, turtle soup profile 2. Again, I feel like our DOL is gonna be sell side liquidity again. And from higher time frame, this looks like a turtle soup profile too, but no confirmation on lower time frame for a reversal. We don't have any fair value gaps here. Only way for us to trade it is from the breaker. If these down close candles are turning into a breaker, then that's the way to go. See, now that's what you would have did up here, shorting from this inside 850 macro. And this is the reason that I support independent trading. So just get an idea of how to trade from using my concept, and then practice a lot on your own. That way you will be able to take the setups that I'm not taking. I already gave you guys a lot inside mentorship. Alex, the reason we expected rejection from here is because that's a concept that I shared inside mentorship. It goes by turtle soup profile 2. That's why. I want to see a fair value gap coming down here. We have a SMT. We have a SMT with ES. Only with ES. So up here it goes into your journal. Turtle soup profile 2, and what I talked here about the breakout thing. Remember the pennant? So the breakout happened towards buy side, right? And then the move came towards sell side. Focus on the learning part here. We came up, did a stop hunt inside the 5-minute fair value gap, and then we got rejected, going towards where? The retail stops. Now the explanation that I did, and now that you are seeing it printing on chart, is on its own a great learning progress. That's how we predict how price is gonna be doing, what it's gonna be doing. Makes sense? So we are trading outside macros, folks. Very nice price action today. Very nice, to be honest. Comparing the newses, it's very nice. We still have 920 macro, and then we have 950 then 1020, 1050. So don't get the FOMO, like suppose if you missed a trade up here. Rather focus on how I saw a false breakout and how I predicted it moving lower, and that way you'll be able to do it again on your own. So we got two fair value gaps up here with the breaker. I don't think we'll hit it though. Otherwise, that's a tape reading setup. If price is still hovering inside this range here and we are getting inside 920, we'll be able to take a trade by using this breaker to our sell side. So there goes your third setup of the day. So far, we outlined 1, 2 at break even with a partial third. There goes the third one, which is we are tape reading. No, this is the fourth one, right? We outlined another one here. Again, we managed every trade perfectly, even though we didn't take it. Our stop was at this trade at break even. At first it was down here, the stop. Yes, VP, I take the trades as well, and I let you guys know which one I'm taking. And sometimes I take it in front of you, sometimes I execute on my live account. Stuff like that. So if there's no SMT down here, this is what you can demonstrate, because look at the time, it's 9:15. We are not doing execution now, folks. What do you use for journaling? I use Notion for journaling. We are not in the middle of a consolidation, Nico. Look at the higher time frame, 5 minute. We are rejecting from a 5-minute chart, and you forgot me explaining to you the pennant, false breakout, and a move coming to our sell side. So this is basically happening, but happening outside macro. Today the moves are happening outside macro. Do you see that? We got only one, and this one didn't happen, and this one is happening outside macro. The turtle soup was inside macro though, 850 to 910. Yes, I already taught how to enter with the turtle soup, Alex, inside mentorship. So turtle soup by itself is an entry model, comes with specific stop loss and all that stuff. Now when you are aligning with higher time frame, it becomes easy. Now I didn't see it. I saw it on a little bit later already when it happened at this candle. No, I taught it inside mentorship. Seems like we're reversing. Now if you are in this trade, in this demo trade, then your stop comes at break even. You already know it. We're getting inside our 920 macro. This was a tape reading setup, so we'll close it and we'll wait for this to confirm the order flow, this fair value gap. If it's not confirming the order flow, then the last setup is here towards sell side again. Yes, I taught how to spot turtle soup on higher time frame, also on lower time frame as well, Boris. I think we got a SMT. We have a SMT down here. And let's take a look at higher time frame. Fair value gap. So we're getting SMT at a key level with this fair value gap from 50-minute chart, 5-minute chart. Order block, fair value gap. So let's see if lower time frame confirms the market structure shift. If this is turning into inversion, look at the delivery. It's so choppy here that we are leaving these equal lows. 30-second chart, relative equal lows. So we don't have the confirmation. So price chose to continue the trend. Lower SMT is apparently failing. So this goes into your journal, folks. Okay, what I told you guys here, that's very, very informative, because you will see pennant forming every single day. The pennant here, a false breakout, then a move towards sell side. It never gets any cleaner than this. So we are choosing to continue going lower. Lows coming here, and the sell side liquidity from higher time frame. Yesterday's previous day low coming here as well. Very nice today, very nice. We from the breaker here towards the sell side. $9.24. Still I don't see a setup that I can take. Dow SMT is still holding. Dow still didn't made a lower low. Hydra, what is the correct way to set standard deviation today? From here, I don't use standard deviation much, but this is how you basically do it. Every single day it's same. It's not like we have a good day today, so standard deviation is gonna be different. It's always the last manipulation lag, which is up here, and -1 standard deviation is coming here. We did deliver down here -2. -2 is high probability for support. -1, -2, and -3 are high probabilities for support. Look at Dow, it's respecting the SMT. Now the SMT we had down here is still valid with Dow. Dow didn't made a lower low. Dow pushing higher. Join late. Hydra, can you do all the markings on PGA in front of us? I already did that. MUF, full top down analysis, I already did that. So all you have to do, rewind the stream and watch it again. Now they're not at a key level though. Our key level is coming down here. These fair value caps. So this fair value gap turning into inversion. I don't see any entry. Close the candle's body above, but this is where we usually take entry, but today it seems a lot more volatile, and we don't have a high probability confirmation. We didn't went below this week sell side liquidity. Damn, today is so clean. Price closed the candle's body, did a little bit of retracement, and then it moved higher. So again, outlining it on hindsight, this is what it's looking like. with a stop loss just below this candle and a 2-hour target towards buy side. We got SMT up here now with Dow and ES. Again, I don't see any high probability entry yet, other than price basically retesting the inversion down here. The previous breaker, yes, we can. That's why I still have it on marking. But we'll have to see price leaving equal lows for us to expect a rejection from here again. Yes, we got news. We have news PMI in 9 minutes, 9:45. So we came up, did a stop hunt up here, and we are reversing again. We got inversion on 5 minute. Which inversion? A bullish inversion. I think it won't work. What I wanted to see, like a little bit of touch inside this breaker and then dropping. Yes, classic. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm watching too. I don't see any order block to execute from here. See how we left equal lows? I think PMI will deliver to our sell side. Let me log in with my account here. Something like this would be nice. The stop loss up and the 2-hour target. Basically like down here, that's a 3-hour delivery. Be nice to see. Now we'll wait and see if it's happening inside our macro. Inside the next 950 macro. No, I didn't, Zen Master. One minute and PMI is dropping. If we are not getting up here, folks, it's okay. We'll have these down close candles as a breaker. See how a pattern is forming? If news is delivering to our SPY side, then this down close candle will become a breaker. We'll get a hit on the on this higher time frame breaker, and a continuation to our sell side after. Now look at the delivery here, PMI. That's why this news is tradable. It's not as aggressive as other news. It's not as volatile. So the news that brings less volatility in market are tradable. The news that comes with high volatility, we avoid those news like NFP, FOMC. On 5-minute chart, we turn this fair value gap into inversion. We're using it to get rejection. Can you guys hear me now? Come on, I'm sorry for that. I was explaining a lot of stuff here. So seems like we'll have a trade, folks, at 850. I think we have a SMT up here. Can anybody confirm if we have a SMT? And this down close candle becomes our mitigation block. So MT mitigation block. We want to see price closing a candle's body below. So the same logic, the way we use a breaker, that's the thing we'll do here. And I was explaining to you guys the price getting support from this bullish fair value gap here. So higher time frame, 5-minute confirming, like if I look at 5-minute, then it looks like a bullish scenario. Price going to fill these unfilled fair value gaps. If I look at 1-minute chart, there's a SMT up here. So two scenarios coming together, 50-50 chance if we take a trade here. Again, I'm not getting a high probability signal. If price wanna move lower, then it should go lower, close the candle's body and form a fair value gap here, and we can use that fair value gap with a very tight stop loss to execute. We got a SMT, so that becomes our first confirmation. We got liquidity up here as well, these relative equal highs. Do we have a SMT down here? Now can somebody go on 5-minute chart on ES and Dow and check if we got a SMT at this low? If we got a SMT, then I'll probably take a bullish trade if we have a SMT down here, because price is like, if we are measuring this range from this low to this high, we are at discount. We did tapped inside the discount, and on higher time frame, especially on 3-minute chart, that's gonna be a breaker if we're activating it. This up close candle, we still don't have a candle's body closure above it, but I think we'll do it. So fifty-50 scenario, folks. Okay, 50-50 scenario. We got equal lows here as well. We got SMT up here, but higher time frame looking like bullish. So I think we should wait for a high probability confirmation. And on 5-minute chart, we still don't have a candle closing above the breaker, even on 3-minute chart. So Blue Toloto, I think I said it many times, PMI is tradable. We left equal highs, a lot of equal highs. and the pennant is also forming on ES. If you go on ES 1 minute chart, you will see a pennant. Do you see a pennant here as well? Now it's not so clean compared to before, but it is here. So the breakout is happening towards buy side, right? So, and if we use our logic that we did before, then this is gonna be a false breakout. Leaving a lot of liquidity down here. So 50-50 folks, I think we can also reverse from this breaker here. I'll wait. This SMT not holding. If price confirming that we have a reversal from this breaker, then we got another one down here, these breakers. Now I'm looking for a bearish trade now because of the liquidity that's getting generated here, and the pennant, a false breakout towards buy side. See how we are topping. If I take you guys and show you ES, see how we left equal high and equal lows. You also have some down here. Put the opening price 830. That's wrong again. TC4. $830 opening price here. We are trading above it, so premium. The SMT is still up here though. If we get a fair value gap when we are going below, I think I'll think of a trade. Now that's not a breaker as we don't have a stop hunt up here. That's a mitigation block. We need a fair value gap here. Now mitigation block and breakers are same. Breaker is more high probability for entry compared to mitigation. And mitigation coming with equal high and breaker coming with a stop hunt. Now again, it's still a 50-50 scenario because of how ES is behaving. See the equal highs, relative equal lows. I don't see a stop hunt, so to me there's no stop hunt yet. News getting delivered. So see, there was no stop hunt apparently. It worked as an equal high. And the news is crazy. So our bullish bias worked from higher time frame. I showed you guys this fair value gap confirming a bullish scenario, but on lower time frame, as it delivered a lot choppier, it basically manipulated us. But again, there was no entry signal, there was no breaker, no inversion, only this order block. Equal high coming up here at this part with a fair value gap. We got a new week opening gap, new day opening gap. Let's see. So we delivered liquidity up here. I think I think we are done for today, folks, because of this delivery that happened. Now that's a from this low all the way up here, that's 100 points of delivery, 400 ticks, and I believe we'll have high resistance liquidity delivery now throughout the whole AM session. Let's take a look at higher time frame, 50-minute chart, 4 hour. Four-hour fair value gap. We can measure this fair value gap, and measurement comes up here. The midway of this fair value gap will be high probability for rejection. Midway, the upper quadrant. Why would I anticipate a long continuation, Alex? I have reversal macros incoming, so I'm gonna be expecting a reversal again inside other macros like 1020 and 1050. And I'm not buying when we delivered with so much volatility. Buying up here is a mistake. The reason being, we can retrace lower. We have a high probability of delivering liquidity now in high resistance. So again, when I started stream, I told you guys our high probability macros for today's are 820, 850, and we got a trade inside 820, but 850 didn't show up. Everything else now is totally dependent on price. Like if it wanna give it to us, then I'll take it. Otherwise, no. Midway coming up here. It's 0.5%. CB 0.75%. So 4-hour. Do we have a SMT? I think we got a SMT up here. Three-minute chart really visually shows the range we just cleared, traded quite well. Yes, that's why I always keep an eye on 3-minute chart. Now very rarely that I execute on 3-minute, but it gives you a good idea where the current draw is. Now on 3-minute chart, that's a big fair value gap. On 5-minute chart as well. Now 5 minutes still forming the fair value gap. 3-minute has the fair value gap. From this low to the high, we got a breaker from higher time frame. 50-minute chart. So I'm gonna mark these last two up close candle. It's also coming with a new week opening gap. So if I want to take a continuation trade, then price should hit this level and show me a reversal pattern, a continuation pattern. We have inversions here, but again not at a key level though. Okay, they are at a key level from 30-second. I'll wait for price to get inside 120 and then do something. We got two possible point for reversal. We'll wait, folks. Okay. Robert is inside mentorship. Then we pushed higher from the setups are coming outside macro, folks. See the fair value gap here, closure, continuation, high of 3-minute fair value gap, and the setup got activated at 10:11. $0.75, and we got bearish breaker here, just coming a little bit above this upper quadrant. What about the regular trading hour gap above? We have one. We basically filled the gap. I'm looking at this 4-hour PD array, so again, this is how I trade. I'm gonna wait for a rejection from either this one or this one. If I see it, I will execute to our sell side. If not, then our 820 trade was the last one that we took today. I outlined how many setups today. 820, then at 820, then at 850. Now this was a demo trade idea. Then at outside the macro, remember this breaker? Again, this one worked really well, delivered 2 hour, but again happened outside macro. So 1, 2, 3, I think 4. I did outline 4 trades. And we took only 2 so far. 1 break even and 1 full TP. You guys took 1, I took 1. I wonder, is this a manipulation leg higher from the accumulation, and then we'll now go back down to take sell side. We'll see, Mario. Okay, if we want to go down, then these 2 levels will work for the rejection. Again, look at the 4-hour chart. We got a breaker here as well. So price basically now trading inside the wick here of the breaker. Wick also works as a reversal, but high probability is the candle's body. And on hourly chart, we are about to hit the breaker. A lot of resistance here. That's what I will say. So If we want to reverse, then we possibly will do from here, but what I think we'll do it, if we are doing a reversal, we'll do it in high resistance. So this is something that we don't want to trade. And remember folks, when the delivery is coming more than 50 points, 50 to 70 points, the next delivery happens most of the time choppy in high resistance. So we'll see. Look at Dow forming a pennant again. Today is the day for pennants. Again and again. See that? So again, you guys know what to do. A false breakout, then a continuation. And I think a breakout is going to be happening towards buy side. HYDRA, sorry, I missed the part. Which trade did you take? I didn't take it. I outlined it. 820 to 840 macro. If you go back and listen to the stream, I outlined it. Was not on hindsight. Very nice signal with order block, but I hesitated, so I couldn't take it. Then I took a trade at 850. It turned into a break-even trade with a partial though. So I got only, I have nothing today on my pocket. Some of you took the 820 trades. Is our live stream protocol for NFP weeks? On NFP weeks, everything before NFP is low probability. So Wednesday, Tuesday, we streamed on Monday. Did we take a trade on Monday? I think no. Probably we took a trade on Monday. Let me check. No. Then on Tuesday, Wednesday, only today we outlined a couple of trades, but it happened outside macro. We are generating trend line liquidity. Reaching for the 0.75%. Also the higher time frame breakers body. We got SMT. Let me check. Now this SMT is not gonna hold because of the equal high barkers. Yes, Mario, we have a full month. It's the usually the last week and the first week of the month are choppy. Now last month on March, the last week was really good. We had, I think, only one losing trade throughout the whole week. So this week probably gonna be choppy, and it is choppy. NFP week. We have a whole month, so I'm going slow. I'm being nimble with my selection. The next week looking good. We got Monday no news, Tuesday no news, Wednesday we got CPI at 8:30. So next week is gonna be very high probability, I believe. See, we have news at 8:30. So Tuesday is gonna be low probability. Wednesday we'll have 8:50 high probability trades, 8:50 to till 11:10. We'll have 4 high probability macros to choose a trade. Then Thursday the same thing. Friday the same. Now take a look on Dow, the pennant that I outlined. It's the breakout is happening towards sell side. So if price is doing a stop hunt on Dow YM1 at 39,547, I think we'll have a bullish signal towards buy side. And Dow is working as an inverse pair. So think of it like dollar. If Dow moving higher, then we'll probably get to see some lower price action on Nasdaq as well. Yes, I'm talking. Can't you hear? And my mic is good. Can you hear? Can you not hear me? Dollar has a new day opening gap. That's a lot of trendline liquidity. If I'm using standard deviation from this low to the high, body to body, here comes -2, -3 is coming up here, 18,418 with the 4-hour breaker. -4 is coming at this new week opening gap, I think. So probably we'll take a reversal trade. How's our buddy Alpine doing? We have not talked about him for a long time, huh? I think that's a Judas, folks. That's a fake move because of how much trend line we generated and left. See, then the point is, are we gonna get an entry? Will you be able to take an entry, because price can just smash to our sell side and without giving us an entry. Got another swing high here. Now the high reversal comes from 0.5. That's the high probability reversal area. Upper quadrant is not as high probability as the midway, but we'll see. To me, it seems like we'll have a reversal. Do we hit the breaker now from 50-minute chart? Hourly chart, fair value gap with breaker. Hide my new week opening gap. Mohammed, I need 20 points delivery to pass my 100k count. Let's see if we get it today. Brian Stong started live streaming again right after the moves. He does seem like a good trader, though. Uses the concept well, just often trades during the choppy zone, though. That's a nice way to say it. Brian Stongs. I never watched his stream. Let's see. Oh, I know this guy from Twitter. I've never watched his stream though.
But that's what it feels like to me. So we can't really say anything about that. Let's see if we go through this buy side here. We close above here. We're gonna close above all this inefficiency here. Over here. If it does come back into a here. It's more of an ambitious trade too, even though we're counter here. It's bullish on the lower time frame, or bullish on the intraday bias now.
Nice, you took a trade here, Brian. I think at this fair value gap. Now, this one, we avoided this trade because this fair value gap is not at a key level. And if you take a look at 30-second chart, we had a fair value gap here at a key level supporting the bullish trade idea. After a large range delivery like this, it's better to wait. If you are taking a reversal, then it's better to take it by using a breaker or from a fair value gap at key level, because these are gonna be high probability reversal PDRAs. Also, if it's coming with SMT, that will make it more high probability. Looking for sells or no trades before Powell. Looking for shorts, but not getting an entry signal, Nikki. Can you go over the key level on the 30-second chart? Why was that a key level? I'm not gonna go into much details, but see the swing low. That's why it's a key level. If you're inside mentorship, then this is how it works. He trades well, good discipline, etc. We don't have a SMT up here. Look at that time. If the move is happening, it's happening outside macro. 10:38. That's our hourly fair value gap, right? Yes. So if there was a SMT, folks, I would have shorted from this breaker, from this down close candle here, but I don't see a SMT. That's a lot of equal highs up here, also equal lows, so very low probability scenario. Yes, Anthony, go ahead. Go ahead if you have a question. This is what is seems like a breaker. Now that's a reclaimed order block, and the setup apparently. Do not trade this. Okay, that's just a pattern that I see. I'll still wait for a high probability signal. Something like this is what is that's what is visible for now. But I don't see anything that I will take as an entry. We have a volume imbalance up here. We'll wait for the last macro to show something. 1050. If ES is leading NQ and ES prints a breaker and NQ doesn't do, you still pay attention to US potential for potential resistance. The way I use ES is for SMT first of all, Anthony, and as for your question, the breaker won't have to get activated on ES. If it's getting activated on NASDAQ, I'm still gonna be taking that trade. But the difference is I look at the liquidity levels on ES as well. So suppose a breaker is forming on NASDAQ and ES, but on NASDAQ we don't, a bearish breaker, but on NASDAQ we don't have any equal highs above the breaker, but on ES we have it, and there's no SMT, then I'm gonna avoid taking that breaker as a setup. And to me that's a false breaker. That's how I usually identify the false breakers, by looking at both pairs. Now see, we don't have a SMT up here, right? ES the same thing. So both of these pairs, NASDAQ, Dow, and ES, all have liquidity towards buy side. So one pair from here, one chart, either Dow, most of the time Dow is the pair, chart that works as an inverse pair. So Dow probably will go higher, and NASDAQ will do a Judas move, like come up here, do a stop hunt, and then continue going lower, and Dow will just smash towards buy side again. So this is basically how I look at chart, ES and Dow and NASDAQ, mostly for SMT, but sometimes to confirm a false breaker that is not a breaker, price just going for a stop hunt. So I gave you examples. So if I see a scenario like this, I'm gonna take it as a turtle soup entry or wait for an inversion to take a trade against the breaker that we have. That's how it helps. Do we have a SMT with Dow? We don't have a SMT with Dow. Respecting the fair value gap. When this move happened, folks, I was not expecting this at PMI. I was basically sure that I'm done for AM session. After a large range delivery like this, we usually get to see high resistance delivery, and this is what's happening now. Probably price will smash through these liquidity levels later today, but we'll see. The last macro I'm looking at is 1050. And that's the hard part, folks. Okay, like not taking any trades in a day for 1 or 2 days, and stop like not taking the low probability trades, forcing the trade. So focus on how I'm controlling myself, even though there was move, but being selective works really well. This is the third day of the month. We still have a whole month left. Yes, the classic capital preservation is also a skill that you need in trading. So the more you watch my stream, you'll understand it's not about an entry model in trading. It's not about a strategy in trading. It's all about a psychology. Now that's the most important part in trading. Now this morning I came with a mindset to take a trade at 820. This is where the psychology worked, not the strategy. Strategy worked, my mind saw it, my eyes saw it, I analyzed it, I put a RR tool here with a stop loss up here, then target up here, but I was hesitating executing at this part. I saw the target, the DOL coming down here. So this is what psychology looks like. Usually I execute flawlessly, but because of so many news, this is a trade that I missed. Did I get the FOMO? No. I saw another one printing here. Again, it was a low probability setup, the short. I think the short was here. Yes. Then another move with the pennant. This was a very nice setup. I'll give it as a lecture today inside mentorship. I'll review today's price action. Today's price action is something that I must review. There's a lot of learning points here. At 820, then at 850, 930 macro. Also at PMI. See you tomorrow, Barkes. We are inside a range now. Think of our what? No. Think of our A plus turtle soup profile 1. There goes your sell side. Here comes your buy side. So equal high, equal low. Other than this, I don't see anything. On 50-minute chart, there's a fair value gap. So reversal didn't happen at 1020. Most likely it can happen now. 1050. SM2 with ES now. Where I wanna see this is getting taken out, folks. There's a lot of equal highs. Policy, yes, Dow has a lot of liquidity on sell side, equal lows, trend line liquidity. So we'll take a look at higher time frame. What happened to my chart? Why is it not exiting from full screen? Come on in anyway. There goes the 4 hour hourly chart. and we are trading inside this fair value gap here. So we can measure this fair value gap. The midway, did we hit it? No, the midway is coming just above the equal highs. That's the midway. Let's go to 1 minute chart. So see how it's aligning up here, the midway of the fair value gap. So midway is high probability for a reversal. I'm also gonna keep an eye on NASDAQ as well. Let's see if anything happens. If something coming up with the SMT, that this would be nice. We did a stop hunt on NASDAQ now. Equal high got delivered. We have order blocks here, so I'm gonna move this and we'll extend it. One minute chart. We don't have a fair value gap here. Come on. This fair value gap here would have been nice. That's a lot of liquidity down here. So our DOL most likely is sell side. That's a 15-minute fair value gap as well. Yeah, that's our turtle soup profile 1 basically. So there goes the trade idea. I'm just gonna wait a little bit more. I'm still waiting. Dow is already reversing. Dow reversing after stop hunt, and from there's a breaker that Dow activated here. So we can take a trade from here, I think, from this Dow. Should we go for it, folks? What should we do? We have liquidity down here. And NASDAQ still not confirming the setup though, the idea. The pattern is visible. I see setup on both pairs, but not high probability as I was expecting it to be. NASDAQ, no signal. Let's take a look at Dow. I think I'll take a trade on Dow. See how good it's looking. So the breaker here, 11. Should we do one contract? Let's see how much I'm gonna make with one contract. One is only 65. I can do two contracts, I think. Still a low probability scenario, folks. I don't see a signal. That's why you don't see me executing yet. Just outlining the trade. Okay, I think I have the signal now. I'll wait for this candle to close and then execute on Dow. This candle must close below these up close candles. If this candle is doing that, we have a breaker. Sorry, a order, bearish order block, not breaker. As long as this candle is not closing below these up close candles, we don't have a trade idea. Price still can continue going higher. We close the body below. Look at the spread. I executed here, the trade opened down here. So there goes the last execution for today, folks. And the stop will be just right above the breaker. Spread on Apex is high on Dow with a 2-hour stop and a not so high probability. That's why I'm only risking $130. So risk like that as well. These are low probability signals. Again, trusting the macro, that's why I executed. If this one hits my stop loss, I will only take $130 loss. So that's how, so risk less in this trade if you want to take it. Still choppy. Sell side liquidity comes down here. So this was a losing trade. We were not correct in the DOL. And the price action is ugly so far. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ doing nothing. They all are choppy, folks. So I'm gonna close this one with a $120 loss. And let's see how this is. If this candle is dropping, then I'm not gonna close. Let's see. Because we did a stop hunt, so we probably can reverse again. Okay, we are getting support. 20 seconds. I'm closing this position. So this was the last trade of the day. Only $100 loss. I should have avoided this scenario here. So that's gonna be it for today, folks. Okay, we I think we had a good psychology session today, based on the price action after 10. Price became choppy after this large range delivery. That was a 100 and more than 100 points, 50 points. Choppy. So you saw how I executed in this trade, how much I was risking in this trade because of this trade being a low probability setup. And that's a 50k funded account, and I was risking only $120 on this trade. So that's how you, if you want to take a trade like in a low probability scenario, that's how you do it. Again, everything is choppy. Okay, so folks, I'm closing it here. I'm gonna come back tomorrow at 8. We'll do a stream at 8, or suppose at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna be dropping a lecture on Inside Mentorship about this 830 setup, then this 850 turtle soup, 850 to 910. That there goes your turtle soup setup. Then a breaker outside macro. Also gonna explain a little bit more about the pendant that we formed here, and the bias for PMI from higher time frame was bullish. Okay, so that's it for today, folks. I'll catch you guys tomorrow again. Peace.